Opel Mokka first hit our shores, well, we were left a little bit underwhelmed. Look, don't get me wrong, it was a great car, but in terms of design, well, it was a bit dull. And when you're swimming in a sea of great cars, you can't afford to be forgettable. And unfortunately, the previous Mokka was pretty forgettable. Enter the new Opel Mokka, which is anything but forgettable in terms of design. And it's hot off the heels of the launch of the new Opel Zafira Life, which is also a standout design. And this is all thanks to Opel's new visor design. So this compact SUV has gotten a little bit more compact, but thankfully you don't feel it inside. The cabin, thanks to the wheelbase being the same and everything pushed out to the corners, does still feel quite spacious. The boot is at 310 litres, which isn't very big, but the rear seat does split, which is always very handy. The GS line model has integrated navigation, which I find at this point seems a bit pointless, if only because if you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you're probably going to be using Google Maps or Waze, am I right? But it is a nice to have, and so well done Opel for that. Both models are powered by a 1.2-litre turbocharged petrol engine. You're getting 96 kilowatts of power and 230 newton meters of torque, so it's really quite punchy. It's actually a fabulous little engine, a little bit grumbly, but nothing to be too concerned about. Mated to an 8-speed automatic. There is only automatic, no manual, and that's because something like 60 or 70% of buyers in this segment are opting for automatic. And then when it comes to the electric Mokka, unfortunately, it is not here yet. There is talk about it possibly coming. It won't be here this year, but maybe in next year, a few years' time, let's hope. But on a fuel consumption note, this is claimed at 6.1 litres per 100 Ks. But overall, I would say that it's really a very comfortable car to drive. Very sort of pillowy, if you will. It glides over road imperfections, which is what you want from this kind of car. You can even see me doing it, gliding over it. Pricing is always going to determine whether a car sells as a manufacturer would hope it would, right? Well, here's the thing. The Elegance model comes in at just under 470,000 Rand. The GS model comes in at just under 520,000 Rand. So to find competitors is quite tricky. You could go for something like a Peugeot 2008, which is a bit cheaper, maybe a little bit smaller, but certainly comfortable. You could look at a mid-spec Kia Sportage if you're needing more space. You could look at something like a Mazda CX-30, which is a bit more premium. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to your needs and your wants, and of course, your budget. But I think what Opel has done really well here is not only created a car that, again, drives really well, but now even looks really good as well.